you could meditate the rest of your life and never really be doing this work and never really improving. You could go to therapy every week for the rest of your life and never really be doing the deep work and not be improving. Psychedelics, retreats, all of this stuff. It's quite interesting because in engaging in these practices or these things, we assume like, oh, I'm doing the right thing, I'm doing this work, and we are doing the right thing. But what we're talking about in this video is the type of work we all need to be doing if we actually want to feel better. What I'm presenting in this video is a framework for improving your life. You can call it self-improvement, you can call it meditation, spirituality, therapy. It doesn't much matter. What matters is that you develop a practice of noticing this stuff inside of you and a practice of releasing it. Now, you are watching this video for a reason. The YouTube algorithm recommended it to you. It's likely that you're looking for something deeper in your life. It's likely that you're looking to improve yourself in some way. Now, peace and joy is available for all of us, all of the time, in every moment of every day. So why is it not here now for you or for me or for anyone? Why is it not here all the time? Well, it's actually quite simple why it's not here all the time when you look at it from this point of view. It's because peace and joy is blocked. It's blocked by something. And it's blocked by something inside of you. And all of us, we have blocks inside of us all the time. Now, this video is technically part 2 of a video that I made last week. I'll put the link in the description. That video talks about how we store trauma or stuff inside of us physically. We talk about how this is a very physical process. In this video, we take it a layer deeper. I think it's going to be fun for us to entertain a little bit further of how this is all physical. Now, we're going to use the example of a city. So right now, I live in a city in Colorado, and the city is growing. Somehow it just keeps growing. And there's construction everywhere. And so I'm just driving around this town on any given day, and there's roadblocks everywhere. So everywhere that I try to drive, 3 lanes get funneled into one. Or there's a whole road that's blocked off and I have to go around. I have to go the other way. Sometimes I even have to turn around and go find another way to get to where I'm going. Now, this is happening all over the city. It's not just in one spot. And so in this city, because of this, there's a lot more traffic. There's a lot more angry drivers. There's a lot more upset people. And in this city, you could say that it's operating at 50% of its potential. It has a ton of potential to be smooth and easy flowing. There could be no traffic. There could be very little traffic. But right now, there's so much closed down that the people within this city can't flow. And so what happens when someone's driving, to their next place they need to go for the day, and this is a very important meeting for them, and they run into one of these traffic blocks? Well, they get really upset and they get triggered, right? And, there's so much flowing within them that they have to maintain and push down or whatever, right? They're just pissed off. So this is an example of what's happening inside of you. Now, we have energy flows inside of us. We are energetic beings. And what happens to our energy flows is they get blocked. So we are just like this city. We are no different. And when we hit one of these blocks, we get angry, we get upset, we get sad. Many things, we could be annoyed. Name any kind of suffering that you want. This is what happens when we hit a block inside of us. Now, I know that some of my audience is likely all good and ready to talk about energy, and maybe some people are not quite as ready to talk about energy. So I'm just make this really simple for you. You don't even have to think about it that way, but just think about it as next time that you're suffering, next time that you are experiencing some form of annoyance or pain or anger or sadness or whatever, it could be anything, something's not okay inside of you, you're not comfortable, notice what's happening inside of your body. Just take 10 breaths. And in those 10 breaths, tune into your chest, tune into your stomach, your gut, your head, your shoulders. Just tune in and notice what's happening inside of your body. And what you might notice is that you feel some sort of discomfort. You feel anxiety, you feel a closing in the chest, you feel your gut wrenching, you feel your face closing down. You're gonna feel something. This is you hitting a block. And that block is physical, it's inside of you, you feel this. I highly recommend doing that exercise. All of us suffer every single day. So we have this opportunity every single day to feel this block, okay? Now, in the last video, we talked about tension and repressed emotions, and how basically how everything is physical. So, you know, we're often like told, oh, we store stuff in our body, but how does that happen? Watch my other video, watch my last video. I described that. It happens through tension. We literally create patterns and we create tension in our body. Our tension pushes emotions down. Our tension restricts and constricts everything. What we store is very, very physical. We store fear. Our fear makes us contract. It makes us do all this funny stuff that's like pushing stuff down, okay? So what are we doing when we do that? Well, we're closing our energy down. I want you to imagine the energy inside of you like highways or like this city. And every time there's construction and we have to turn 3 lanes into 1 lane, that's you hitting a block. Or what if you can't go down that road? That's you hitting a block. And every time you hit a block, it's painful. Now, you might not describe it as pain because you're just living your life and it's normal to feel these things. But if you tune into your body, you'll notice, yeah, I'm suffering. Yeah, something's not okay. Something doesn't feel okay. And I have emotions, or I feel sad, or something like this, right? So something inside of you is closing down. And there's literally a physical block inside of you that things are hitting. And it's not only that there's a block, because that block is likely always there, but it's that when we hit the block activates. And in that activation, I don't have the best way to describe this, but it's almost like it's triggered and it swells up in some way. You could say that, like it gets bigger. And when it gets bigger, this is a part of us that we've closed down. This is a part of us that is not okay. We're not okay with this part of us. And so in that, it brings up this pain that's already there. It's something that's already inside of us. And we close it down more. We close it down again. This is already something we've closed down. Something from the past. There was an original pain, something that hurt us. And we closed it down. And that's what created the block. We created tension. We repressed it. And so now there's a physical block there. And now we're just doing that same thing again. So if I have something in my life that I experience, if one of my friends says a joke that I don't like, that's like pushy toward me, that's hitting on one of my blocks. And instead of staying open and being able to just laugh at myself, I close down because it hurt that same spot. And it's not just that it hurt it, but it's that now I still don't want to feel it. I still am not okay. I'm not comfortable with that part of myself. So I close down again. And if you notice, watch yourself when you suffer and you notice these things inside of your body, there's a sense of closing. It can feel like 1,000 different things, but it's just a general sense of closing. And you're doing that. It's a subconscious choice, but in a sense, you're still choosing to do it. You're still choosing to close. And especially when you become aware, now you're really choosing. And so we have to go through this process of noticing that we're closing down all the time, that there's these parts of us that are hurt and in pain still, and we don't even maybe know why, but they are. And life comes in and knocks those spots, and that we're doing this active close. That active close is what's stopping your joy and your peace. The energy can't flow. In Taoism, they say that if your energy flows, then you're good, you're happy, you're healthy. If your energy doesn't flow, you're not good. You're not happy. That's where disease is born. Okay? Think about water when it flows. It looks good. Like this water right here, it's clear, it's nice. If you look at stagnant water, like if there's pools on the side of this creek, or if there's just stagnant water that hasn't run in half a year, that's where dark stuff grows, right? That's the same with us. So we're hitting blocks all the time. Our energy is not flowing. And this is why there's a lot of suffering for us in our life. So if things don't feel good, just know that there's a reason. Like, this stuff isn't random. I think that's one of the biggest things that I learned, that I'm so happy that I learned, is like, this is not just like my fate. Like, I used to be anxious and depressed, and like used to think the world was out to get me. I used to think I would never succeed. And like, none of that is the truth. It's just that we have stuff inside of us, and that stuff is physical, and we can do something with it. So like, it's a very empowering way to think about all this. It's a very like, it really gives our power back of like, yeah, I don't know why this stuff is here in the first place. I didn't choose it, but I have it. And I can go through a process of releasing and letting this stuff go. I highly recommend that you subscribe to this channel, because this channel is about teaching you what's going on in your body and in your psyche, and giving you practices to undo all of it. So as we go along, we're going to talk more about how to undo it. But all of my meditations, I have a meditation playlist, like all of it is geared towards in some form undoing the mess that we're in and getting this stuff to let go. And so if there's any solution, I can't provide the solution in this quick video. This is more like education, but the solution in a nutshell is we have to learn to release and let go. So when you feel this stuff coming up in your body, pay attention to it. Notice it. Notice this closing. Notice that something's happening inside, that there's a block. And instead of letting it close, breathe into it. Breathe into that space. Let's say I'm closing here. You can feel that closing. Breathe in. Open. So I feel the close. Instead of closing, breathe in. Some form of letting go. How do I let go? Because the closing, it's a tension. Okay? So that's it for now in terms of techniques. But I do hope this video is helpful. I likely have more to share on this topic, maybe of my own experience with this, because I really had to wake up to this in a big way, and like, I really had to go down this rabbit hole of like releasing the stuff inside of me to finally like feel this presence and joy and like peace that I feel in life. Like, just being alive is mostly pretty damn amazing. You know, I think as long as we're a human, we're gonna feel stuff, we're gonna hit stuff, you know, unless you like truly get enlightened. But yeah, like for me, life is pretty sweet now, and I enjoy my life, where like before, to be quite honest, like I probably never would have thought that I would feel this way about life. I probably never would have thought that like, that'd be like making videos on YouTube, like saying these things, that we can feel joy and peace in our lives. So change is possible. We got to look at these blocks inside of us. We got to choose to confront ourselves, look at ourselves, like take a hard look. That's what isn't being done in some meditation, in some therapy, in some psychedelics, whatever. this whole realm of self-improvement, what's not always being done is taking a hard look at ourselves, looking at our blocks, and owning our blocks. This is our responsibility. Yes, I didn't choose these blocks. I didn't choose the trauma that I have. I didn't choose the pain that I have. I didn't choose, maybe in some way I did choose it, but at least like this consciousness that I have right now, I didn't choose it, okay? So that's okay. But it is my responsibility to work with it. It is my responsibility to come back into myself and to look at myself and to look at my blocks and to look at, even to look at like what I've had to do with all of this. Okay? This is all about self-responsibility. I don't want anyone to get any of this twisted. All the other stuff can lead us toward some form of bypassing, some form of not looking at ourselves. This whole process, looking at yourself. You want to improve? Look at yourself. You're blocking yourself. You're blocking your joy. You're blocking your peace. And that sounds crazy to say or to hear if you've had a very traumatic past, but if you really want to walk this path, try it. Confront yourself. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Leave a comment. I've been loving your guys' comments lately. It's really cool. And have a blessed day.